Hello, everybody. B-Rob here. I'm your host, Food for Thought Podcast, and it is Monday, February 10th. And all I'm seeing all over social media is this Super Bowl. Man, it's wild. So we're going to go through that. I'm going to tell you a little something. If you didn't like the halftime show and you're one of them older folks who are complaining about not being able to understand what he's saying, that sort of thing, then he's not for you. But just so you know, he's one of the most influential rappers of his generation. He won 22 Grammys. He's the first rapper to ever be awarded a Pulitzer Prize for music, ever. He's had multiple platinum certified albums and Academy Award nominations for his work on Black Panther, and he has been named in Time's 100 Most Influential People twice, along with Trump and our boy Q. His latest song earned 5 Grammys last week. Record of the Year, Song of the Year, Best Rap Performance, Best Rap Song, and Best Music Video, making it like the best song in Grammy history as far as awards goes. But the cool thing about this song and this cat, that song's called Not Like Us, and basically it's a diss track between him and Drake. And he calls Drake out by name for being a pedophile and links him to P. Diddy and a bunch of other allegations and parties. And just so you know, they're in the middle of a lawsuit, and Drake is trying to sue Kendrick's record label. So, there's that. And another thing is he had Serena Williams, which is Drake's ex, come down and crip walk to the song on the stage. So, that's a lot of symbolism, man. You know? Samuel L. Jackson was there. He played Uncle Sam. Imagine that. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. It's real ironic and real weird. And you want to know something else. So you've got all these folks that are trying to Mega Brittany posted on X. I'm pretty sure that the message in this show was that Satan lost and the children will no longer be harmed. It was an overall message to let the satanic Hollywood elite know that their time is up and the game is over. Now, he did... you could clearly see at the end of the set, it's called Game Over, and there was what looked to be a Nintendo or PlayStation control on the floor. And just check this out now. So here's a cool Q proof. So the drop on February 17th in 2020, which is 3872. It says, to be blunt, game over, and that's highlighted in red. And then, of course, he tagged it as Q. It just so happened that happened during that Super Bowl last night. Crazy, huh? So let's see what else we got going on here. So I'm just, we already did that one. It's It's crazy how there's so much symbolism and people still can't see the truth. So I've got one for you that I'm going to do real quick. It's a quick decode. Before we do that, I just want to tell you that this episode is brought to you by S4 Construction Services, and they're out of Lincoln in Georgia. And basically, they specialize in roof repairs, roof placements, metal roofing, vinyl and hard siding, patio covers, pole barns, wooden chain link fences, etc., etc., etc. Their motto is, "We'll even clean your house and wash the dishes." So y'all check out S4 Construction Services. They out of Lincoln, Georgia. That's my first sponsor. So back to the show, back to the decode. I'm going to Frank Bansley posted on Facebook. There's an Eagles. So this might go over your head, but people that know. The Philadelphia Eagles have a 14-3 record going into the Super Bowl. Okay. So if they were supposed to lose, I'm telling you that they were supposed to lose. Ain't no telling how much money Vegas lost, but they were supposed to lose last night. So a lot of people got hit hard in the pockets, and I'm going to tell you how, and I'm going to tell you why. Okay? Because if they would have lost, their record would have been 14-4. Okay? So if you go to Gematria, look Gematria up for 144, you come up with Mark of the Beast. You also come up with Jesuit Order 144. Okay, so, and the reason I tell you they were supposed to lose is because right now, well, before the Super Bowl happened, okay, the Eagles had a record of 637-29 playoff wins. So if you do that math, that's 666. Okay, so if you do their losses, 639 plus 26 playoff losses, that's 665. So with a loss at the Super Bowl, it would have been mirrored 666, 666 wins and losses. Okay. But they won. That was what was supposed to happen. 666, 666. The symbolicism. Okay. But they won. So now it's 667 and 665. All right. So, with that said, what was the score? The score was 22-40, correct? So I just so happened to, me thinking the way I think in terms of Q drops and numbers, you go to Q drop 2240, and there's a Twitter link, and it says VIP Patriot tag Q. So this is from 2018, September 20th, 2018, drop 2240. So if you click on the link takes you directly to a tweet from Praying Medic, which is an old guy that I had found when I first found the Q drops, and he was one of the older people that I befriended and got information from and that sort of thing. Well, that happened in 2018, this tweet, but it just so happens somebody replied last night, 17 hours ago, which was right after the Super Bowl, and the person's name is Who Is Number Two, and he replied with Keck, and then a YouTube link, And it says President Trump and Taylor Swift received vastly different welcomes at the Super Bowl. Well, she got booed and he got a standing ovation. Do you see what I'm saying? That was put there on purpose. This guy tweeted this on purpose because he knew that some of us would know to go to the drop after the score, look it up, click on it, and see where he posted this. So that's what you call a Q proof. Do you believe in coincidences? There are no such thing as coincidences. At some point, it has to become mathematically impossible because it's true. That whole game was a message to the deep state saying the game is over. A message to the elite satanic pedophiles that the game is over. A message to the Illuminati and around the whole world, the New World Order, that the game is over. And you want to know something else? Where was it taking place? In New Orleans, at the Superdome. What do they call the Superdome? Caesars. Caesars. Rome. What fell? Rome fell. Guess what? We're watching history repeat itself, and Rome is falling. And it's so good to hear because they've been stealing your hard-earned money for so long. They've been stealing your hard-earned money and making you go to work, tearing families apart because families don't get to spend time together because they're too busy working because things cost too much. Well, guess what, my friends? The time is yours. The time is now. What you gonna do with it? What you gonna do with the time? Man, that's some good stuff, ain't it? That's crazy. Crazy good stuff, man. Elon Musk tweeted out today, "It's time." And then Spitfire comes back and says, "Federal judges can be impeached by Congress. It's time." It's time. It's funny how the Democrats are screaming right now about somebody actually going in and auditing the federal government, because that's what he's doing with Doge. You want to know why? Because the guiltiest scream the loudest. They always have. And when they call him evil, it's because they're evil, just like they did with Trump. When they said Trump was colluding with Russia, guess what? No, they've been colluding with Russia. And that's a fact. And it's a well-known fact. And if you're still listening to CNN and you're denying those facts, you got a long, there's a whole, you're going to have a huge problem. Just saying. You're going to have a big, huge problem. It's called denial. You're in denial. So that's my take on the Super Bowl. There's a lot of people out there who are saying a lot more negative things, but yeah, I mean, there's always going to be Illuminati symbolism, especially if you're calling the Illuminati out. You know? Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's crazy, guys. It really is crazy. It really is. It's a great time to be alive. It's a wonderful time to be alive. I mean, we're witnessing the changing of the old guard, the destruction of the old guard. We really are. It's amazing. It really is. It really is, man. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all tuning in and listening to me. Podcast is doing great. Got my first sponsor. And if you want to sponsor, or your business wants to sponsor, let me know. I'm doing it per episode at this time, but let me know. And just so you know, this episode is brought to you by S4 Construction Services out of Lincolnton, Georgia. Old Lincolnton, Georgia. Specializing in roof repairs, roof replacements, metal roof and vinyl and hard siding, patio covers, pole barns, wood and chain link fences, etc., etc., etc. Their motto is, we'll even clean your house and wash the dishes. So let's go. S4 Construction Services. All right, guys, that's all I got on the Super Bowl. I'm sure there'll be a lot more to come. I didn't want to get too in detail. I know some of you guys don't like listening to this sort of thing, but I do have to do it as well as my other podcast because some of you guys do like listening to it. And I love you guys. Thank you for listening to Food for Thought Podcast. God is good. God is great all the time. God bless you. And Jesus saves. Food for Thought Podcast. It's Monday, February 10th. B-Rob, I'm out.
Everybody. Trust the plan. It's gonna be all right. The truth may hurt. Just the God.